So you obviously are starting this game. I guess what did that mean to you? And when coach told you were going to get this opportunity.
It meant a lot. First and foremost, I just got to thank God for the opportunity, putting me in this position to be out there and glorify Him and the skills that He's blessed me with. I just want to go out there and show the world and glorify Him. That's first and foremost. But it's a really great opportunity. I'm really excited about it, and I want to lead the guys to a successful season.
He said that you were the hardest worker he saw during the fall, and that has improved over last year. I guess what's maybe been the added sense of urgency or maturity in your preparation for games?
Yeah, so I played a lot of ball, so I've done a lot of living and learning, and I see guys and their mental preparation for the game and just being prepared pre-snap. So I just took that and wanted to implement it in my game. I felt like that was an area I could do more. So I really did that, like got extra time. Anytime I can get with the coaches and watch extra film, I wanted to do that. Even if it was just by myself, I know doing it by myself is going to make me better and help my teammates get better. So I try to pull a couple guys in there with me so we can all be on the same page, because at the end of the day, if we're all on the same page, we're going to do better executing on the field. So that was my biggest goal.
How much more prepared do you feel then with all that extra work you put in?
I feel a lot more prepared. Like it's really helpful. Like just knowing, like just figuring out where to go with the ball on time, knowing what the defense is in pre-snap, and that all just comes with preparation and film and just studying. So that was just a big emphasis in my offseason, and I feel like it really helped with the speed of the game on the field.
When you look at this SMU defense, when you look at it on film, what stands out?
They're a good football team. They fire the ball. They're going to play really hard, really fast. So they're a good team, and we're really excited for the opportunity. We hope we can get a lot of fans out there. And us guys, I know our team is just really excited for what we can show to everybody else.
You didn't grow up too far away from SMU. Did you watch them at all growing up? And, thoughts on the program?
Yeah, they were actually my first high school offer, and I visited probably like 20-plus times. So it's a good program. It's a really good program, and I'm just excited. Like I said, they're a good football team, and I'm excited to show what I can do against those guys.
Ever get close to committing there,
or? Yeah, I kind of did. I was really young, and they were my first offer, and it was close to home, and I visited so many times. I was really close, but, college coaching carousel, stuff like that didn't work out. But, yeah, they're a good school, good program.
Tell us about just football in Texas. Obviously, it goes without saying, but just coming out of Texas, and you got a few Texas guys in that locker room, too.
Yeah, it's really I believe it's really different. Like Texas high school football, you probably heard it everywhere. Like it's just really different down there. Just the facilities. Like my high school actually has crazy facilities, and it's different in Texas for sure. The competition, the everything, really, the culture is just like the culture in Texas is football. It's like that's all the town has, all the town loves. So they're gonna come out and support that really big, build all these stadiums, facilities, locker rooms. Yeah, it's big down there.
How much different of a QB do you think you are after you walked off the field last year to now?
I feel like I'm pretty different. I feel like I'm excelling my game. Like I said, the preparation is a huge part in that, and like I said, slowing down the game for me, making sure like I know where to go with the ball, I know what the defense is gonna do. So getting through reads and stuff like that, I feel like it's really implemented, helping me improve my game.
Coach Lubick being here, how has he helped you get to understand this offense more in person?
Yeah, Coach Lubick's a genius. Really, Coach Lubick, Coach Lubick, and Coach Gilbertson, them three combined together, it feels like a blessing. Like they're all super smart, and they're all on the same page. They want to score points and put us as the offense in the best position for us to move the ball down the field and get points and get our playmakers the ball. The best players on our team have to touch the ball, and they do a good emphasis getting us to emphasize that. So. Yeah, all three of their brains put together, it's really helpful, so helpful with all the experience that they have. Coach Lubick's been at numerous places and had success, so is Coach Choate. So I feel like it's a blessing to have all three of them here together.
Obviously, quarterback surrounding pieces are important as well. I guess what makes you confident in the guys around you this year compared to last year?
Yeah, the guys around me, I just feel like we're getting better and better every day. Like Cortez, Smitty, Jace Henry, the O-line, the loaded running back group we have is just – it really gives me more confidence seeing those guys go out there and make plays for me, and it makes me want to go out there and make more plays for them, put all of us in the best position, score points, win games.
Fifth year of college, I guess, how would you describe the first four that you've been through?
Probably a little unprepared. Like I said, the preparation part has been a big part of my game, and I'm really seeing a difference there. So I feel like I've been a little unprepared in my previous seasons in college, and in this season I can feel the difference in the preparation and the difference it makes on the field with that.
It seemed like you were pretty beat up last year as well. Like, can you walk us through how you felt physically, going through that season, taking so many hits, and maybe where you're at now?
Yeah, I was pretty beat up. Like I I took a couple hits every game, but I try to be the toughest guy out there. I try to not let my teammates see me down, even though I take a big hit. If they see me take a big hit, get right back up, next play, it's going to make them want to play harder and move on to the next play. So the hits come with the game. It's part of the game, and it's something that we're going to try to minimize this year, but I know it's a part of the game. I'm going to tough it out as best as I can.
Do you feel like your teammates look at you any different, given how much work you've put into this season, maybe compared to last season?
I would think so because I did a lot of my film in the team room, so a lot of guys are always walking through there and like just seeing where like I'm in there grinding. So hopefully they see that, and a couple times they just stopped and watched it with me, which is better, so we can all get on the same page. So I think they do see me like as more of a leader since they see me that I want to win and I want to want this program to succeed, and it makes them want to do the same thing.
You guys are obviously a pretty big underdog. I think it's 27 points. I guess what message are you trying to send, to people who love college football and to the Mountain West and to yourself in this game?
Just with our team, we're not going to fear no man. We're just going to go out there like just not a regular game. We know it's a big game for us, but we're not scared of anybody. So we're just going to go out there and play the best as we can as a team. Put some good football on tape.
I asked Joe yesterday the position group he's maybe the most comfortable with at this point. He mentioned the running back room. I guess your perspective on that group and how obviously they're going to be able to back you up.
Yeah, that group is loaded. I believe in every single one of those guys. Like they have different skill sets, but each and every single one of their skill sets can help us win games and move the ball down the field. So I have a lot of confidence in that group and what they've done in the offseason and in fall camp. We're really excited about them, and they have a lot of depth, so it's really exciting.
Local kid in the wide receiver room, Marcus Bellin, what do you think of 18?
Oh, Marcus, he's such a great guy. He emerged later in fall camp, and he does a lot of good things for us, and I'm glad that he's in the room because he's more of a veteran position, so he's kind of been there, done that, so he knows he knows some things that the young guys don't know, and it's really helpful having a guy like him at the slot position. So Marcus, definitely a big upgrade. Upgrade for us for sure.
Your message to folks who maybe have Saturday afternoon open and are thinking about coming down, why should they come and support you, not just this week, but going forward?
Yeah, we just have new energy, new coaches, new passion, new teams. So I just really encourage all the fans to come out and support us this Saturday and the entire season. It's going to be really fun to watch us and what we have to put on the field.
What do you have to put on the field? Just tell us about this offensive outfit and in general, what can folks expect?
Like I said, they can expect we're going to play hard. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to quit. There's going to be adversity. We're not going to put our head down. We're just going to get our best playmakers the ball, try to move our ball on the field, run the ball, pass the ball, just execute to the best of our ability.
How do you feel like Coach Schultz kind of instilled some belief and confidence in this team over the last 8 months?
Just the way he talks and his demeanor and the way he moves around this building, like we all can see his passion for the game and his passion for this team and for this university. It makes us want to play for him, run through a wall for him, and we all want to succeed and do well for each other because just like I said, just the way he talks and the way he motivates us, encourages us on the daily. Like it's not just a couple of days. Like he never has a day off where like he's not inspiring us. So he's just done a really good job inspiring us to play our hardest and give it our all.
What does game day look like for you, at least before you come here when you're alone still?
I try to be as calm as possible. I try not to let, the chaos build up in my head. I do a lot of praying, read a lot of Bible, and just try to stay as calm and centered as possible before I take the field.
Obviously, Wolfpack fans have an impression of you from last year. I guess what do you want to show them this year about the kind of quarterback that they have leading their program?
I just want to show them that I can, take the team to wins. We have goals, Mountain West Championship, and I want to be the quarterback to do that. So I feel like I can do that. So that's just what they can expect.
No picks in fall camp, we heard? How'd that happen?
Yeah, no picks. That was really good. I got the preparation part helped with that. Like I didn't want to put the ball in danger. I knew the looks that could do that. So when looks wasn't there, I either used my legs or I checked the ball down. That really helped. And no picks was awesome. Like the last week at camp or so, they told me I didn't have any picks. So I was really like, well, let me not throw a pick. This would be really cool. So it happened. God bless. So it was cool not to throw any picks in camp.
Sounds like Keaton might have dropped some. That's what Jeff said.
Keaton Crawford definitely helped me out there. He had a couple drops, so he helped me out for sure.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Good luck to you, man.
Thank you. So a couple days until a game, I guess, how are you feeling about this opponent and this opportunity?
I got to thank God for the opportunity, man, because I wouldn't be here without him. And we got a good opponent coming up from Dallas. My hometown is close to there, and I know some of those guys from the past. So we got a real good opponent. I've been studying some of them. They got a nice squad, especially on the perimeter, speaking from a defensive standpoint. But I think it'll be a good game. I think the fans should tune in. It'll be something exciting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, growing up in the Fort Worth area, I guess, did you follow SMU at all? I know they weren't great in football, I guess, when you were growing up.
I followed them a little bit. I have to say I'm biased to a lot of Texas teams. Well, I was biased to a lot of Texas teams growing up, and I followed them a little bit. We played a lot there in high school, going to playoffs and stuff like that. So I'm familiar with their stadiums pre to the renovations that they did. But yeah, I guess you could say that.
Anybody in particular you know really well on that team you're excited to play against after the game?
Really well, I wouldn't say I know him really well, but I had some guys I played 7-on-7 with, and I know some friends through friends, like some guys. So yeah, like Brendon Crossley, he's a really good player. I know about him. I heard of Jonathan McGill throughout high school. He was a really good player, and he's probably one of the better players on their team. And really, I think a lot of them are really good, to be honest. So, and on the offensive side, I know a guy, Keyshawn Smith. Me and him pretty cool. So, I mean, it'll be an exciting game to play. You know, no friends on the field, but I know those guys for sure.
They're in the ACC now. Is that, like, surprising to you growing up, kind of knowing that program and where it's come from?
No, it's not surprising. I mean, they've been doing good. I'm not going to lie. They've been having some good years, so a jump was expected, and they made it now. So, kudos to them.
When you look at the defense, I know the offense gets a lot of acclaim, but they were top 15 in the nation in total defense and scoring defense last year. What kind of stands out about why that unit was so strong?
I think it's a full team effort, to be honest. I mean, everybody speaks about the D-line, and D-line is really good, but they had DBs that made plays when they needed to be made. So it'll be a challenge for sure. I don't think they're pushovers in any way, shape, or form, but I think our matchups, we like them, and I'm sure they probably like theirs on the other end, but we won't know until we line up and play.
You didn't get the benefit of being here during the spring, so a little bit of catch-up as you started with this team. I guess how much more comfortable are you in the offense now as opposed to when you got here in the summer and then just when fall camp started?
I've been learning the offense, and it helped that Lubick got here around the same time, so we kind of went back to square one. So that helped me a lot, and getting caught up with the guys and being here in the summer prior to him coming to campus, that also helped a lot because I kind of got a mini head start. And then we got the fall camp and started again from square one, so that really helped me a lot in learning the plays and stuff. And being that I'm a senior and a vet in the room, I kind of got to step up early and trying to help some of our younger guys as well. So, yeah, I wouldn't say it was a lot of pressure, but I knew what had to be done. So I just tried my best to prepare and over-prepare. So I made sure I know what I got and I can help others.
Coach announced that Brendon's going to be starting this game. I guess what have you seen from him in fall camp to know that he's ready to lead you guys?
I think Brendon is a hard worker, to be honest. He prepares like crazy. Like, I tell him just jokingly, like, man, you watch film like crazy. He's always replaying. But from a quarterback perspective, he has to know what everybody's doing from the O-line to us to tight ends. Then he has to know the front, the protection, and what they have in coverage and stuff like that. So I understand it. But, like, sometimes I'm in the film room, I'm like, goodness gracious, man, let the play roll. I'm trying to see the coverage. But I understand why he got to do it. But he's a hard worker. He's always in the main room, so like whenever we got to go upstairs, we walk straight through there, and you can always see him in there. And I mean, as a receiver, like, it motivates you to just want to sit down and be with your quarterback to watch film. Like, I watch film on my own, but seeing your quarterback in there and preparing the way he does, it just motivates you to want to be right there beside him.
You and a handful of guys out of Texas. Just tell us about coming out of the Lone Star State and just what football means out there.
Oh, football is everything out there, to be honest, man. It's coming up from an early age, even at the Pee Wee level. Like, I go to my little brother games. He'll actually be out here this Saturday as well, but their games are just as packed as high school games. And, I mean, it's just fun. From the early age, I started playing football when I was 4, and I was one of the last ones in my family to get in. So it's just like we start early and we end late out there in Texas, and it's a big rah-rah. Everybody's excited. When football season comes around, it's like everything else shuts down. Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Thursday, everybody's watching football. Monday night as well.
You mentioned Coach Lubick. Just what does it mean to have him out here and to know the battle that he's still fighting and that he's still pouring into you guys as he worries about his own health?
God is good. I'm so thankful for Coach Lubick because every day just looking at him, knowing what he's going through. But like, if you lined up all our coaches, and no disrespect to any of our coaches, but like, he's right there with them. You would never know if you weren't inside our circle what he was dealing with or what he was going on. That just goes to show like how he fights so tough and his perseverance to make sure that we're doing what we got to do. And just Lubick and his supporting staff as well on the offense. Like, my guy CK, he stays up here hours on end, like till 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, just to make sure we got the right scripts in so we know what we're doing. JP, my receivers coach, James Price, same thing, man. Those guys pouring in a lot to us and just following up after our leader, our ultimate leader being Coach Choate, but our offensive leader being Coach Lubick, and just the supporting staff around it. They make everything so much easier for us so we can just go out there and play and have fun.
You gotta remind me if you cross paths with Choate at Montana State.
Oh, for sure.
You guys were there, right?
Yeah, he recruited me out of high school to go to Montana State. So, yeah, that's my guy.
I had a chance to start my career in Montana, which, just like Texas, man, football's huge out there, too.
Yeah, it is.
Taste a little bit of that. Maybe just talk about how this is kind of like Montana State West out here. A lot of the coaches are now here, and they're kind of bringing some of that Montana flair and having experienced some of that, I guess, just if you could summarize that Montana life and kind of how it's being translated here?
Yeah, I see a lot of similarities, and I've also seen that he's picked up on some certain things, maybe going to that bigger level, going to UT, and they're a winning program, so why wouldn't you take some things from them? So we got a lot of stuff that I'm familiar with and some stuff I'm new to, but at the end of the day, it's just you got to do what has to be done, and I'm fully confident in everybody on our coaching staff, and given I do have history with some of them, but some guys are new, but I'm fully confident in everything that they do, the way they make us prepare, the way they prepare themselves. Like I said, it makes it easier for us as players to just go out there and have fun and play the game.
What do you remember about being in Montana and just how much people love football out there, especially when Cat Grizz comes around?
Oh my goodness, Cat Grizz is one within its own, man. A lot of people don't know about that rivalry. I mean, the schools have been on the rise here in the recent years, so a lot of people have gained knowledge about it. But before, I had no idea. Coming all the way from Texas, going to Montana is like leaving Mexico and going to Canada, but it's football means so much out there. I remember my first time I was with Coach Choate my freshman year in 2019, and we were going to play, and I was just like, whoa, like I didn't expect it to be like that. We weren't even playing Montana at the time, and then Montana came to us, and that whole week is different. Like the state is divided, and if there's no in between, like you either on one side or the other. So that'll be a rivalry that a lot of people I think will tune into. But here we got our own rivalry, so we'll have to tune more into that one. But that's definitely one of the top rivalries that I've ever experienced in my life.
Speaking of tuning in, I guess what's your message to folks who maybe are still deciding if they want to come out and watch you guys Saturday and the rest of the season?
I say why not? New coaching staff, some new players. You got some of the carryover players, and I guess the best ones made it through. I'm not the coach, but I'm confident in my teammates. I'm confident in myself, confident in my coaches. So if you're not doing nothing, even if you have something you're doing, just postpone it and come check us out. I think you won't regret it.
First time we talked to you, I didn't know Charles Brown was your cousin. So
Yeah.
What do you remember about growing up with him, and what does it mean to play with him here?
The strangely enough, a lot of people don't know that we're cousins, and I'll be like confused because I thought that was one of the main emphasis coming in. But we grew up together from the cradle, so like everything we do, like it's always competitive. No matter who could put their shoes on first, who could run the fastest. He beat me at that. I'm open to admit it. He's a fast guy, but I used to be upset when I would lose and vice versa. And just everything we do, we compete, we work hard together. I've made trips like a couple of hours when we were separated in Texas to go train with him, and he's done the same. He came to me and we trained together, and we got a lot of history together, living together, working out together, and it stems from our parents, to be honest. They're sisters, so, and shout out to my mom also. Happy birthday, Mom. But yeah. So I just think that our relationship has grown because of their relationship, and I think that's where a lot of that stems from.
What do you think Wolfpack fans can expect from him this year?
From Charles?
Yeah.
I think they can expect a lot of things. He's battling through some personal adversities right now, but I think he's doing it and handling it well. I think you should really be on alert for him, and then he has another year, so whatever he gives you this year is just going to be a taste. So I'll say just keep your eye on him. He's a good player. He's smart. He's disciplined. Everything that Coach Choate wanted to player, that's what he is. So I see him making a big impact this year and in the years to come.
The other guys in your group that's kind of made a name is Marcus Bellin. He's from around here, I guess. What did you like about watching him play?
Man, Marcus is just, I can't even explain how Marcus approaches the game because it's so, like, professional. Like, I've seen it before, but Marcus is like, how did he remember that? Because sometimes I'm like, I'll leave the huddle and it's like so much going on in the play, and he'll just communicate with me, hey, remember this? And I'm like, I appreciate that, bro. But he's a really good player. He makes a lot of plays. He always knows what he's doing. He's always taking notes in the room, and he's just a leader in the room. I'm not even familiar with his eligibility. I don't know how many years he has left, but I look at him as like another vet in the room. So that's a good addition to have to our team for sure.
Nevada's kind of been known for its offense over the years. Maybe not the last couple of years. Things have been rough. You obviously weren't here. I guess why will Nevada's offense be more successful this season?
I think our coaches play a big part in that. Like, yeah, we have playmakers that can make plays, but like I told you, our coaches prepare their tails off. Like I was saying, CK, Colin, he's in there till 2 a.m. making sure our drawings are right. JP instilling it in us. I'm sure all our running back coaches, tight ends coaches, quarterback coaches, they're all in there and they're working hard. So I just think it stems like from a coaching perspective. Like, yeah, we're playmakers and we can make plays, but our coaches play a big part in that. It's not just us.
How much are you and Cortez having conversations like this is our chance to really like make a name for ourselves and show out this season?
Oh, we have it. We actually, weirdly enough, we talk about it, but not as much as people may think. Like, me and Tez, we're cordial on and off the field too, and I wouldn't even just say cordial. That's like one of my brothers for real. We're real close, and yeah, we have those talks. But a lot of the time we're off the field, we talk about football from here and there, but it's just like brotherly conversations, like getting to know each other more since we're fairly still new here. But like I said in the previous interview, he took me in, no hostility, taught me the plays, this is how we do stuff, and from there on, it's like co-captains, and we just took that role on, and we're still taking it on, and we do a lot of stuff together. Even at practice, like we treat it like game day. So he scored, celebrate. I score, celebrate. So I think the fans should look forward to the 8-1 connection as well, and I think that'll be something that'll really explode this year, in my opinion.
You've obviously seen Cho behind closed doors playing for him at Montana State. I guess how do players react to him? How was he able to turn that program around?
His energy, man, I can't preach that enough. That's the first thing meeting Choate that will pop out at you. He can make you run through a brick wall. It don't matter if they tell you you're finna go put a life vest on and jump into Flathead, or sorry, that's a Montana term, but go jump into Tahoe. But it doesn't matter what you're doing. Like, he can motivate you to do anything, and he doesn't always have to get a motivational speech. Like, after enough, it's just like, you know who you're playing for. That's a strong leader, and I like a lot of his leadership skills, and I try and model some of mine after that, just because I've known him for so long, and I got another chance. I was blessed to be around him again, so why not take this opportunity to learn from a guy like that, an extraordinary leader.
You could summarize this offensive outfit. What are you guys going to? What's the brand of football you guys are going to play on offense this year?
Discipline, smart, fast, tough, chemistry, like playing for one another, playing for the man beside you. Like, yeah, everybody can have personal goals, but at the end of the day, it starts with you, but it's not about you. So it's like you're playing for the ones next to you, and we make a big play, but we know as receivers and running backs and the people who get most of the glory that we wouldn't have been able to do that without the union. The union is our O-line, by the way, if you didn't know that. But we wouldn't have been able to do that without the unions, our tight ends, our quarterbacks, our running backs, the receivers, the coaches, nobody. So it's a lot that plays into that. So I think you should expect a real tough outfit as far as offense and defense and special teams. To be honest, the whole Wolfpack crew, I think we got a lot in store, and people should be ready for it.